Hey guys, it's Amour, and I just wanted to send you some love from South Africa and let you know that I'll be back soon. I do just need a little break right now. So don't be sad, don't cry, stay strong, stay the amazing human beings that you are. And don't forget, life is what you make it. Flowers and armpit hair.
Okay, so for the record, I can't even tell you guys the whole story here because I really don't have the time, and it's a really long story. And it's something that really, would need to be discussed in detail for us to really understand what happened here and really come to some sort of a healthy conclusion. Now, I'm not going to read to you everything that the dailymail.co.uk had to say about the story. Also, I'm not going to read to you everything that she, basically posted on social media. Maybe I'll make a second video where it'll be long, like 15 minutes or something like that, 10 minutes. Where I read some of the stuff that she said on Instagram and whatnot. But I'm going to read to you part of the story so that you guys get some sort of idea of what happened. Oh, wow. Anyway, the title of the story is Rape Campaigner Live Blogged Her Own, quote, sexual assault just minutes after alleged attack took place to set an example for other survivors who, quote, need to speak up. I'm going to read to you just the beginning of the story here. It says, and I quote, a rape survivor and activist has revealed why she was compelled to share intimate details of her alleged sexual assault on social media just minutes after the attack, explaining that she instantly knew that she couldn't keep what happened to her a secret. Amour, 27, was in Cape Town, South Africa, promoting her, quote, Stop Rape Educate campaign in November when she was allegedly attacked by a man named Shakir after she agreed to take a shower with him. After she was raped, Amber took to Instagram to post a photo of herself crying and a message detailing the horrific sexual assault. Quote, here I was telling survivors every single day that they should speak up. I knew I had to practice what I preached, she explained to Mary Claire UK. Quote, so the first thing I did was take a picture and write a post describing what had happened. Heavy, right? Anyways, and then they posted a bunch of different pictures and captions that she posted on social media. So yeah, I posted some of it on my blog. Also, there's more of it up on the news article. There's a link on my blog. If you click the link in the description box, it'll take you there to this news story so you can read everything for yourself. Like I said, if I have the time, I'll probably make a second video so that way we can get more clarity into the situation as a whole. But anyways, the story goes on to read, and I quote, Amber went on to detail the sexual assault that caused her to pass out. When she awoke, she said he came back to the shower. Quote, I have all those fucked up feelings that we get after rape, shame, disgust, suffering. She wrote, quote, I'm here alone and any DNA has been wiped away in the shower. The South African police will just roll their eyes when I walk in, feeling sicker than ever now, end quote. The next day, Amber returned to Instagram before she headed to the hospital to share a photo of the 3 angel cards she drew the night of her sexual assault. Quote, dealing with cops is tough and the rape kit is the last thing I want. Tools and metal instruments and combs all up in my private parts. But this is what I stand for, she wrote. Anyway, the story goes on to say, geez, I'm sorry, my head hurts trying to digest what I just read. Story goes on to say, quote, I tell you guys to speak up every single day, and I know that I need to practice what I preach. She added, quote, it is so incredibly hard though, but having you all here for me makes all the difference, end quote. While in the exam room, Amber posted a photo of her rape kit while revealing that many people have blamed her for her rape because she agreed to shower with Shakir. Quote, no matter what a person does, it is not an invitation for rape, she argued in the photo caption. Quote, it doesn't matter if I kissed him. It doesn't matter if he was drunk. It doesn't matter if I said yes to a shower. Quote, I never said he could get violent with me. I never said he could make me bleed. I never said he could rape me, but still, that's how the scene went down. Anyways, the story goes on to say, quote, I don't need to explain myself, but if you're wondering why I took a shower with him, it was written in the text. I'd been sick with food poisoning for 2 days and needed to sweat it out. She continued. I'm sorry, I'm about to bash my fucking head in with this microphone. Excuse me. Quote, but I don't think you guys can handle the feedback through your speakers and headphones. Anyway, quote, my current place of residence has only cold water. Third world problems are real. And it seemed like a miracle to be offered a hot shower. To combat the victim blaming she was facing, Amber shared screenshots of the criticism she received on Instagram following her rape, many of which were written by women. She has also been posting photos of herself naked, explaining on Instagram that nudity is synonymous. Amber told Mary Claire UK that she first experienced sexual violence when she was only 12 years old. More than a decade later, in September of 2014, she started her campaign to end sexual assault after she was raped by her roommate in New York because she didn't like how the police handled her attack. Wow. So this is like at least the third time that something like this happened to her. She went and took a shower with a stranger after allegedly going through this when she was 12 and then again when she was 24-ish, 25 or so. Anyway, quote, one of the officers asked me if I was sure that my rapist had known I meant no, she recalled. She went on to say that it has been 6 weeks since her most recent rape, and she is, since her most recent rape, it makes it sound like as if this just happens all the time to her, you know what I mean? I'm sorry, just the way that they wrote that line. I know they may have not meant it like that. But anyway, she went on to say that it has been 6 weeks since her most recent rape, and she is still staying in Cape Town, working with the police and trying to move on. Although she had been raped before, she said it doesn't make the healing process any easier. Oh, well, I would think not if you're actually really raped. Anyways, she also revealed the trauma inspired her to start a new campaign called Creating Consent Culture. Pause the story right there. That reminds me of on the Dave Chappelle show when he had that contract to sleep with. I think it was, pretty sure it was Rashida Jones, Quincy Jones' daughter, in the scene. I'm pretty sure that's who it was. I'm pretty sure she was the female actress in that scene. Basically, he was about to fuck this girl and he pulled out a contract saying she had to sign it before he could, stick his dick up in her, basically. And with these women nowadays, just accusing men of rape and sexual assault just all day, every day. It's just a continuous thing. The misandry or misogyny against men is just really rampant. But anyways, I'm going to go back to the story because I'm not saying she's a misandrist or misogynist towards men. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm going to read to you this last little part. Quote, opening up about rape or sexual assault isn't as scary as you think, she added. Quote, by telling my mom about my first experience of sexual assault, I learned that she had experienced it too. I wonder how many times her mother's been through something like that and whether or not she was taking showers with strangers. Quote, that's the thing. There are so many more survivors out there than you would imagine. And chances are the person you're telling may have a similar story or might know someone else who has one. End quote. So there you go, man. If you want to read this whole fucking article, you can read it for yourself. And excuse my language. It's just, I mean, I'm really the type of person to step up and just shut down any sort of victim blaming or anything like that. But if you've been, some sort of victim of any sort of assault in your life, why would you ever do anything that could potentially make yourself a target? And, she's a target big enough to shoot from space. I mean, she's just a big old lit up target. I mean, anytime you take a shower with it sounds as if the guy was a stranger, just a complete stranger. Like, oh yeah, I got some hot water over here, bitch. You can come over, wash your ass over here, bitch. And she was like, okay, cool. I'll bring the soap. You bring the water. You wash my back. I'll wash yours. Now, if you survived sexual assault more than once in your lifetime, Why in the world would you ever take a shower with a complete stranger just because he has hot water? It's one thing if he said, okay, you could take a shower here, and then he walked in as she was washing her ass and snatched her up and sexually assaulted her. I would say, you know what? Yeah, that's really, really crazy. That's foul. And, you know, I would definitely say that it sounds like she could be a victim. And, you know, the story wouldn't seem fake and phony. But the simple fact that she took a shower with him. What, as an adult woman that's nearly 30 years old, would ever make her think that she would take a shower with a strange man and he may not possibly want some sort of sexual favors or contact? I mean, you took a shower with an adult man, you're almost 30 years old. That shit makes no sense to me. Like, what plan? This chick is from New York. She's not from a freaking cornfield in Iowa and never seen a guy outside of the guys in her family before. You know, she's not a 16-year-old farm chick. She's a 20-something-year-old woman from New York who was basically there promoting an anti-rape campaign in a third world country. I think it's an amazing story, guys. I really, really do. And I'm not saying that there's not the possibility of her actually being raped. And I'm not victim blaming at all. The only thing I'm saying is have some sort of responsibility. Have not even a teaspoon, a tip of a teaspoon of common sense. Just a drippity drop of common sense would tell you if you've ever survived rape and sexual assault in your lifetime, especially with you being assaulted when you're 12 and then your roommate when you're 20 something years old, and then you turn around and you're taking showers with strangers, and then you're using words like being a survivor of it. It just makes it seem possibly as if she, you know, maybe wants to be a victim so that she can have something to talk about, something to complain about, have something to do. Like this is some sort of hobby or fetish for her, like as if she gets a kick out of it. I'm not saying at all that that's what's going on. I'm just saying that there are people out there that are like that, and we have to acknowledge that fact. Once again, I'm not victim blaming. I'm not saying that for example, if she actually was sexually assaulted, I don't think that's cool at all. You know, maybe she was, but then again, she could have had sex with him and then regretted it. All I'm saying is that the story just sounds really weird. It's just really fishy. I've never in my life heard anything so goddamn ridiculous. I would really have to think about what I want to say because I'm trying to make sure I tread lightly and be careful right now. But what I will say is this. This is really off topic, but she's kind of sexy and she reminds me of Solange. Y'all know how much I love Solange, right? But anyways, she has a little jewelry line at the Thanda shop. That's THANDASHOPPE up on Instagram. That's the handle for it. Also, I have a link to it on my blog if you want to buy her cute jewelry. She has a nice little jewelry pieces, and they're inexpensive, like less than $20 for some of them, $14 and whatnot. Worldwide shipping for $5. So make sure you support her jewelry business, and make sure you support a movement or culture, an idea of stopping rape. I'm not saying hers is the one to support, because like I said, man, I don't know. Her story was a little too fishy. I really don't trust her account. And that's no offense. And I'm a nobody, so she'll never see this video. But in case some dumbass contacts her and says, this idiot is saying that he doesn't believe you and he thinks it's okay that man did. Listen, fuck you. I don't think that this is okay at all. I don't believe in this sort of thing. I'm just saying, okay? This is just my opinion that her story sounds extremely fishy. And you know who would automatically believe her? Those heifers at Lipstick Alley. Those heifers believe anything bad being said about a man. But anyways, this is all my opinion. Let me know what you think about it all below. Be sure to subscribe to the Meat Magazine YouTube channels. Visit meatmagazine.blogspot.com. Follow me on Twitter at Meat Magazine.